Yo, what's up? Can they hear me? Hold up. Let me test my mic. Can you guys hear me? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you guys doing today? Where are you watching from? How you guys doing? Where are you guys watching from? Oh, California. It's like 10 p.m. over there right now. It's late. That's late. That's late. Listen. I'm gonna blast this on my Facebook and my Instagram to get some people to hop on. But any questions you guys got, man? Ask away. Let's get it started. Oh, from Gympie, Queensland. I've never been to Queensland. Hopefully one day. I hope your day goes good too. Oh, from Melbourne. Let's go, same city. Guys, I just wanted to say, uh, it's pretty crazy because what happened, the YouTube, the growth has been pretty insane. Um, so basically, I started making YouTube videos because my Facebook and Instagram got banned, which was like my main platform. And I think by the grace of God, like all these videos started popping off, and conveniently, it was all about Christian stuff as well. So I think it's good. It's good. I mean, my dad always said I'd be a pastor one day. I'm not quite there, but we'll see. What's the birthday plans? Honestly, not much. I think when you get up this side of the road, it's not as eventful. I was just gonna hop on the stream. I wanted to see one. I wanted to see how many of you guys would actually rock up, and two, I guess I don't know. You guys wanted to chat with you guys a little bit. Um, Very grateful. Night here in Texas. Are you the same time zone as LA, as California? Oh, that's too kind. What's your name, brother? Thank you for that. Thank you for that. That's far too kind. Far too kind. May God guide you to success and a joyful life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me like that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How do I address you? Hold up. I'm just gonna put you guys on the story. So then more people will join. Just give me 2 minutes.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Which video made you guys a subscriber? I'm curious. Which video made you guys want to subscribe? I'd like to make more of them. And that's the thing with content, sometimes in your head it's good, and I think that's a major barrier for most people, right? Like they spend a lot of time making something and most people don't end up liking it. It's very discouraging. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're far too kind. I think in this day and age, um, yeah, research is just much smoother now. I won't say easier, but a lot smoother. And okay, I just posted.
Hey guys, I'm back at
Just
Rodeo.
posted on story. Christianity in China. Yeah, so that's an interesting one. So the reason why I haven't really touched on the topic anymore is because I'll tell you guys now. A lot of close friends have advised me not to post about this, but I said that. So I actually want to make more, but the problem is that my grandma, she's aging now. She's 101 this year, so I've been going back to see her once a year ever since I basically started making like my own money. And I think we've covered all that we can cover without risking kind of me getting stopped at the Chinese border when I go to visit, you know? Let's just put it like that. There are a lot of topics that are going on right now that I do want to cover. I think what I'm gonna do is I do have a trip planned in October. So once I come back from that, we'll start diving into those. I just want to make sure that I'm safe this year. I mean, she's 101. So I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah. And that's the thing with the Chinese government is you can talk about the past. It's okay to talk about the past. It's not okay to talk about what's happening now. So because they can't change the past, they can definitely change what the media perceives of them at the moment. And they like to enforce that. So there's a lot of things going on. I've seen a few videos myself recently of, yeah. But anything else? Xi'an Steel. Yeah, how crazy is the Xi'an Steel? So that's the earliest documentation of Chinese Christianity written in a stone slab. You can actually go see it. If you guys ever visit China right now, it's literally sitting in a museum. What other videos would you guys like to see in future?
Thai and Mexican collab.
It's pretty crazy. I think the modern state of Christianity has turned the world against us. Yeah. I think the whole state of it, you know, I think the whole world wants to look at Christianity as very passive, as very accepting, and they use it almost against us. You know what I mean? So I think history is important because there are so many ties with Christian history, Asian history, global history, right? It can help people maybe come to understand it better. Like, what is the real message of Jesus? What is the real message of Christianity? What is the real way of Christian living, right? Because I honestly think that I saw a channel the other day talk about this, but I really do think that it's true. The modern Christianity is all about being overly nice and overly accepting, but I don't think anywhere in the Bible actually says that stuff. So that is something that I would like to show through history as well, eventually. Yeah, I would relocate to maybe Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. I think it's very multicultural, very accepting. Oh, thank you, thank you. That's very kind. Thank you, thank you. That's very kind. Yeah. Do you guys have do you guys have do you guys have many like connections to Asia? Are you guys kind of like diaspora yourselves? Happy birthday. Thank you. Old school karate guy. Are you karateka? Is that how I say it? I forgot how the word for it. Old school karate guy. I am I'm a kickboxer, so a big fan of like K1 Japanese and like Kyokushin karate. Big fan. Big fan. Happy birthday from South Africa. Thank you. Thank you, Danny. What are your thoughts on apostolic like Catholics? I think that Orthodox and Catholic is awesome because I think it is as close to the original text as possible. The only problem that not problem, okay, guys, rephrase. The only thing that I don't see eye to eye on is with Catholicism because they have structured it. It's almost like it's very political. You know, Catholicism is very political. I actually really like the Orthodox way of theology and their way of practicing religion, and I think it's very true to what it should be. So that's the thing with Catholicism. I think there's too many politics involved. Like, why does the Pope? Why can the Pope turn random people into saints? Why can the Pope do this and that? And why can only certain people administer? Um, or yeah, it gets too political for me. But in terms of like textual, theological, is as close as it can get. So, yes, from Seattle. A lot of you guys are from Seattle. Are you guys are there a lot of Asians in Seattle? I watched this TV show once because I'm from the other side of the world. I'm from Australia and there's a lot of Asians here, but I didn't realize how many Asians helped build America. I didn't realize how many Asians uh, are basically were the foundation of industrial America, right? The cheap labor came over from China. A lot of people sold into slavery. Oh no, not sold, but they put themselves into slavery contracts. Ah, yep. Yao people. I'm gonna have to write this one down. I'm gonna do some research. I've never heard of the Yao people. Do you guys have your own dialect or language? Happy birthday. Thank you. Anwin, thank you. Where are you from, Anwin? Yeah, Western Coast, San Fran, right? San Fran. I watched this show one time called Warrior. I don't know if you guys have seen it, about the San Francisco Tongs, and based on loosely based. The characters was loosely based on Bruce Lee. That was very good. It's your barber. Oh, Anwin! Guys, if you guys are ever in Melbourne, best barber, support local businesses. Take a look at that. If you want to look like a mushroom. I'm going to search the Yao people up right now. Guys, what interests you the most about history? Is it, for me, I think that history is the biggest indication of what will happen in future. I think history almost always defines the future. And I think that is very interesting to me, because there are almost human behavior is like a constant cycle of the same behavioral patterns. And I think by understanding our own personal history, we can understand what we're supposed to do in life a bit more. Obviously, as well as whatever God has planned for us. But I think that's been my favorite part of history, understanding who came before us, what I'm supposed to do to honor them, and what God had put in motion in their lives. The term Yao people refers to two distinct ethnic groups, one in East Africa and another in China and Southeast Asia. Interesting. So there are a lot of Yao people in Africa after converting through trade connections in the late 1900s. Wow. They live in a mountainous regions of southern China, such as Guangxi, Hunan, and Yunnan. Oh, so would you guys speak Cantonese, Taiwanese? Thank you as well for saying happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, the thing with Asian history, especially, is there's a lot of things that the government has rewritten, right? Like, for example, because we grew up, well, I'm just saying we loosely, right? Because we grew up in, for example, a Western country, right? We actually get access to a lot of things that the people living inside those countries don't. For example, the Chinese video I made, right? Nobody in China would have access to that information. Or even if you talk about Vietnam, so I'm dropping a video in 2 days about Vietnam and what they did to punish Christians there. For example, they branded their faces with characters so that people could distinguish them in public and kind of belittle them, not serve them. Essentially a face tattoo before face tattoos were cool. All right, and nobody in Vietnam today would know about this. Okay, but because we live in a Western society, we have access to that. Now, the problem with covering these kind of controversial Asian topics is I actually had an SBS representative call me the other day. Now, I don't know if you guys know what SBS is, but it's a news. I don't know if you guys have it wherever you're from, in America, England, whatever, but in Australia, right? It's a big news channel, big broadcasting channel. I know ABC is worldwide. I don't think SBS is, unless I'm wrong. Anyway, so I had a representative from SBS call me, and he was the manager or director of Asian affairs. So he was looking for more topics, right? He was wanting to buy some of my content to broadcast on SBS. Now, obviously, I was very interested, right? But he, at the end of our meeting, he actually told me something, and it's very interesting. I'll tell you, I'll share it with you guys because you guys are on live stream. I'm not gonna post this obviously because it puts me at risk. But I say so. He told me that I need to be careful with what I say, not just in future, but like some of the stuff I have said already. They're saying that, for example, if I ever go to Vietnam, they could take my passport, or if I ever go to China, they could take my passport. So that's kind of why I've just been taking my time with the videos. I want to, run them through multiple people, take the scripts, make sure they look at it and they go, oh, okay, you're safe to, still travel the world and whatever, because you never know, right? I don't want to go to Vietnam now, but what if I do one day, right? That stuff should always be open to you. And it's a shame. I say this to you because it's a shame. Most of this history that we talk about on this channel or on Facebook or on Instagram, a lot of people don't actually know happened in their country because the governments, right? A lot of it is communist, a lot of it is under martial law or under military rule, and people can't speak freely. And it's very sad. The other thing that isn't the other thing that I've really realized is that we're so blessed, right, to grow up Asian outside of Asia, right? Our parents made huge sacrifices and we're able to speak about what we want. We're able to express ourselves through creative arts. And that's also the one thing that's really interesting as well. If you look at Southeast Asia and you look at like East Asia, right? Very restricted. People cannot speak freely. People cannot be artistic. People cannot be creative. But then you look at South Asia, right? You got like India, Sri Lanka, and yes, they got their own problems, but that kind of doesn't exist. The restriction of their freedom of speech. So it's quite interesting, very interesting. I missed your chat going on that tangent. All right, let's see what we got. We have our own dialect, but it is a mixture of Cantonese, Laotian, and Thai. Interesting. So, would you be able to speak to the Hmong people? Because Hmong people have somewhat of a similar kind of origin, right? Can you research the Vietnam War? Yes, absolutely. The only reason I haven't done that is because as a small channel, I'm trying to cover the niche topics first just to get more reach before we dive into the stuff that a lot of people already cover and stuff. But I'm very interested about the Vietnam War. I think it's ridiculous. This is the one thing I do know off the top of my head. I think that it's very insane how it all went down, because I mean, you guys probably know this already, but basically the Northern Vietnamese no longer wanted to be French, right? So they went to America for help. They asked America, can you help us liberate from the French? And then America are buddies with the French, right? So they said straight up, they said, no, why would we do that? Why would we kick out our buddies, right? So then they're like, okay, we got nowhere else to go to. They turned to Russia, right? The Soviet Union. And the Soviet Union's like, you know what? We'll help you. We'll help your cause. We'll help liberate you. You can be a free country, but only one condition: you have to be communist. So you know what? The Northern Vietnamese then said, "Okay, you know what? We don't really. We will align ourselves with your politics if you help liberate us." And then they did, right? And America instantly, because they seen that they're now communists, decides to attack and liberate them from the Russians, right? So it's very global politics is just it's just a massive circle jerk of just like at the very one thing that I was thinking about the other day, like if you really think about it, if everyone could just abandon their ego, right? Like we should, even us, right? We're at the bottom. We're at the bottom of the food chain. If they decide to, make petrol more expensive, we gotta pay more, right? If they decide to make groceries more expensive, we just gotta pay more. We can't do nothing to change anything in this world. Okay, we can't really. Okay, so we're at the bottom, right? And we understand that sometimes ego is the issues to a lot of the things that go wrong in our life, right? Ego is the reason why we can't let things go. Ego is the reason why we make bad decisions. Ego is the reason why, we fall from grace, okay? But the people at the top, imagine this. Think about every war that has started, or think about even when you try to peg it to economical reasons, at that very, very base of everything is all ego, right? And the people at the top, if they were able to, sort of coexist without these egos clashing, I think the world would have no war, essentially. But I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. We are very similar to the Hmong. We look alike and our dialects sound similar. And interesting. Very interesting. Thank you for leaving these comments. I'm definitely going to search your history up. Maybe we even make a little short video about it. I hope you have the best weather. Thank you, Kara. Thank you, Kara Anderson. You should live stream more often. I'll watch. Thank you. I mean, it won't be like super regular occurrence. I think if we grew the platform more, I would definitely humble ourselves for sure. Yeah, for sure. What languages can you speak? I can speak Cantonese. I can speak English, obviously, and I can speak Mandarin. So Cantonese is, I would say, it's fluent. My Mandarin is it's so. If I go to China and I'm forced to speak Mandarin, I can speak it very well. But that's just because people don't really speak English there. And yeah, that's basically it. I wish I could speak Vietnamese, honestly. It's just too hard to learn. I think at now, especially at my age, late 20s now, I'm 20. Guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but today I am turning 27. Can you believe it? Insane. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thierry. How are you, Bella? I haven't heard from you in a while. Hope you're doing well. War and politics will always be due to fallen nature. Yes. 100%. 100%, guys. From the dawn of time. You know what's one thing that's very interesting, right? Very interesting. So I don't know if you guys ever read like the Bible. I don't know if you guys ever read the Bible much, but the Old Testament, a lot of it is like about conflict, right? Conflict, like one group of people versus the entire world. You know what I mean? That always tripped me up. I mean, I'm not a pastor or a scholar, so I won't be able to explain it to you guys right now. But that always tripped me up, That always tripped me up. I think it took more of living than reading for me to get to this point of understanding. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna head off in 5 minutes. So if you guys got any questions you want to say or anything you want, in the future of this channel or on other channels, just drop it before we head. We gotta pack up in 4 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. And thank you very much for your donations. Bible reader here. Anything else? Anything else? Do we have any fighters in here? Ask God to show you and teach. Yes, 100%, guys. Guys, 100%. Is your name Eve? Sorry. Yes, Eve is correct. Eve is correct, guys. I'll tell you guys something. All right. All right. Most of you guys are gone, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to tell you guys this story. Okay. So when I was, I think from 21 all the way to 24, right? I was consumed by money. Okay. I didn't grow up around the best group. I didn't grow up necessarily in the greatest environment. Okay. And I think what happened to me was I got consumed by this obsession with money. Okay. This obsession with money. And it led me into, I don't know, guys. I wouldn't call it depression because I know that what people who actually suffer from like clinical depression go through every day. But I would say it's pretty bad, like substance abuse, alcohol abuse, spending ridiculous amounts of money, like going out Monday night, Tuesday night, coming home 7 a.m., getting into fights, covered in blood, like just very typical teenage kind of boy behavior, yeah. And during this 5-6 years of just being consumed by money, I made a lot of money, right? Never had a job, guys. I never had a job. Okay? I'm ashamed to admit some of the ways I made money, but I was making money, okay? And I think what God really showed me was not the first time, right? The first time I lost everything I had at the time, I was overseas in Thailand. I was living in Thailand at 21. Okay, I was living in Thailand. I had enough of the environment here in Australia. I had made a bit of money. I could survive there for years. Thailand's super cheap, guys, super cheap. And it's just my whole time there. It was just full of degeneracy. Like I was either fighting, or I had just finished a fight and I was drinking. Okay, and crypto was really big at the time. And I wanted to, I was very greedy, okay? I made some very poor decisions with my money. Ended up losing a lot of money, kind of having to borrow money off my sister to come home, okay? And that first time, it didn't actually teach me anything because I prayed to God so hard. I was like, God, please, 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 please help me make money again. Money was my sense of security. Money was my sense of feeling like, oh, I actually belong in this world. I can actually be someone in this world, right? And I realized, right, because maybe a year later, I managed to run it back up, doing pretty dumb shit again. Oh, sorry, excuse my language. Pretty dumb stuff again, okay? And I didn't learn anything because I realized now, like now that I'm a few years removed and older, I realize now what I felt at the bottom and what I felt at the top was the same feeling. And do you know why? Because money, right, is something that changes every day. It's not something that's under our control. The value of money is controlled by everything, right? World conflict, how much goods cost, who's beefing with who, essentially. Okay, this thing goes up and down and up and down and up and down. And I'm telling you, right, I loved it so much that at the bottom, I felt the same feeling as when I was at the top again. So at both instances, both ends of the stick, I felt like I needed more. I needed more. I needed more. And it consumed me, bro. That's not happiness, right? That isn't happiness. And that is why people who base themselves on currency and base themselves on something that goes up and down, someone that bases all their worth in money, they don't enjoy true happiness and fulfillment in life, right? Yes, you may buy nicer things, but what are the nicer things for? So that people look at you and go, "Oh, wow, this guy is something," right? That that is such a pointless existence, okay? And I didn't realize this until maybe the second or third time that I lost everything and crashed and burned, right? So the last time that this happened to me was probably 2 years ago. And I think this was the worst time. And I was genuinely out of hustles to hustle my way back. So this time I actually had to go get a job. So this is in 2024. I went and got a sales job because I didn't know what to do with myself. Okay. I had made a lot of mistakes back to back to back to back again. And I went and got a job. And I was remember I was paying every day, because in sales, right, you constantly get rejected and you constantly have to interact with people that make you uncomfortable and so on and so forth, right? And I just remember being so depressed in the car every day, thinking like, "Oh God, please give me a chance to, be the man again." Essentially, right? It's very stupid and immature prayer, right? But obviously, in hindsight, everything is 2020, right? Or hindsight, everything is 27 now. Anyway, so I, I, the craziest thing was I had a pre-planned holiday because I went from really having a lot of money to having nothing in the span of 6 months, right? So I had already booked a holiday like 8 months in advance in the nicest hotels. I actually flew business class for the first time too. And if you're broke and you're going into business class and stuff, like you feel like a fraud, you know what I mean? The whole time I was on that holiday, I I felt like I didn't even belong in the own things that I booked. Yeah, because I knew deep down I was broke. This was probably the last time that I could experience such luxuries, right? After this, it was back to my sales job where I was doing okay at, but not well. So even though I was surrounded by extreme luxury, I still felt quite down because I thought this is quite possibly the last time that I'll ever do this stuff. So I remember I prayed to God. I said, "Look, I'm appreciative of everything, and I think I'm finally starting to understand. I think I'm starting to get what you're trying to show me, right? Which is that money is never gonna make me happy. Okay, but just give me one more chance, right? Because like one more chance at least so that I can do what I want to do and not have to do this job that I'm not good at anymore. You know what I mean? And it's actually the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing, guys. It's literally the craziest thing. I'll show you guys right now. So I had put like my last maybe 3,000 3,000 into like a meme coin, right? We in crypto they call them, like, excuse my language, but in crypto they refer to them as shit coins. Okay, I had put my last $3,000 into a shit coin, and I still have it today as a reminder. Okay, and I woke up in my hotel one morning, and I kid you not, it was worth a couple hundred thousand. All right, it was worth a couple hundred thousand. So overnight, it after this prayer, mind you, overnight it had just ballooned, right? But then here is where this is the main part of the story that I want to get to. Okay, God gave me one more chance. In the moment, it felt like, "Oh, you made me whole again," right? Or you made me myself again. I'm this person again, right? I can go home. I can go see my friends. I can be the man again, right? Like you gave me one more chance, and I quit my job and everything while I was overseas. I came back, right? But I held on. I didn't sell it, right? Now I'll show you guys how much it's worth. Literally worth 2,700, guys. I kept it as a reminder. It's literally worth 2,700. That's it. That's it. So now that I'm so far removed from all this stuff, I realize that God didn't give me one more chance. He showed me, hopefully for the last time, that money is pointless. It's actually useless, guys. Because what I lost in the span of 6 to 8 months, he gave it back to me overnight. He gave it back to me in a mere 8 to 10 hours, right? And I still didn't make anything useful out of it. I still didn't do what I was supposed to do with it. I still was dumb and still was greedy. See, so that's my experience with money. And I was able to, out of all of this, right? I think the timing is just too crazy, because out of all of this, like an old high school, not even a high school friend, guys, like a brother, the younger brother of a high school friend that I hadn't spoke to in 3 years, messaged me, and he gave me an opportunity which I ended up doing till this day. That was 2 years ago. So our business together has been running for 2 years. We've had our ups and downs. Lately is a lot of down, but yeah. So at the end of the day, that's my experience. I don't know if that helps any of you guys. I don't know if you guys are like a older kind of audience or a younger kind of audience, but I think that was a tangent and a half. But I don't know. But I think one of you guys prompted it. I hope one of you guys prompted it. If not, you guys just sat through that for no reason. It's better to die a beggar. Elaborate on that. Love your videos on early Christianity in Asia. Keep up the good work and God bless. Thank you. Thank you, Celia. I'm happy. Yeah, these videos I would have done this stuff without any of you guys to, be there to support anyway. So you guys being there to support, and you guys giving me such good feedback and, so much love and so much appreciation is just the cherry on top, right? And cherry on top is always really, 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 really nice to have, guys. So thank you. So I would have done these videos for free anyway, or not even for free, but like even just like it's genuinely makes me happy. A few months ago, I didn't really know what I was going to do. I think my business is about to not collapse but conclude. You know what I mean? So I was asking for a lot of advice from like my mentors or like other influencers that I speak to that are like a bit further down in life, and they were saying like take the path of least resistance, right? Because in my head I'm always like, you got to do the smart thing, right? You got to do the thing that your parents would want you to do. I think growing up Asian, that's just how we are. And but so making content, especially like cultural content or Christian content, and the other thing that I do is like fighting and coaching and stuff. It doesn't really make much sense, right? Like how you gonna raise a family off that? How you gonna how you gonna afford your rent with that? But so far I'm not gonna say that it's like going amazing, but it is, because I didn't expect any of you guys to ever watch that stuff. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's crazy. Never doubt it. Never doubt it, guys. If you do what you love, it might just skyrocket like SpaceX. Surrender your finances to our Lord Jesus Christ Savior. Amen. Amen, guys. The one other big thing that I learned, what do you do for leisure? Oh, okay. Interesting. Mostly I just train. Yeah, I just train. I actually spoke to this with someone this morning. I don't fight. Like I wouldn't call myself a fighter. Yes, I'm a professional fighter, but there are people who genuinely love it. Like there are people who just book like 5 fights a year, you guys. I'm more of like a hobbyist who just took it too far. I just took it too far. I'm a bit insane like that. Like people do marathons, right? to see how far they can get, to push themselves to unlock a new level in their mind. I treat fights like a marathon. Like I'll go do a fight, and it's just like, okay, that's enough for like this year, and I might do another one next year. It's like that. I'm not like a fighter. So training is actually like one of my hobbies. Training. What else do I do? I like playing mahjong. I started like playing mahjong, and what else? What else? What else? What else? That's it. Basically, I just make videos and training, and yeah, make videos and training. Yeah. Are you looking to get married soon? Yes, hopefully soon. Ideally, I would like to get married, and my grandma sees it because she's 101, so that doesn't give me long. Oh, actually, I should not have said that. Oh man. I mean, that's a normal thing to say, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Move past that. How long have you been a Christian, and would you make a video about your testimony? Yes, I would, but I would wait maybe. So there is like a mini kind of testimony. It's like a 24-second video on on Instagram. It's pinned, but I didn't really dive into some of the details just to protect some of the people, from the past. And yeah, there's a lot about me that I think are important to the story, but I'm not fully okay with sharing just as of yet. Maybe if you give it a couple more years. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things, guys. There's a lot of things. That's another thing with social media. I haven't been around for the longest, right? Like I started posting on Instagram maybe 1 year ago, but what you will learn, is that people, what you put out there is really what people will perceive of you, right? And that sounds very obvious. That sounds very obvious for me to say to you guys, but when you're actually in it, you don't realize this. You don't realize that because people will treat you a certain way in public, or even your friends or in your relationships, people will treat you a certain way, and you'll be like, oh, like, is that really what you think of me? But then you realize it's what you've put out. You know what I mean? People really only know you from what you put out. So that's something that I've had to be more intentional with as of late. Something I really realized. That's something I really realized. Where are you at with God right now, my friend? I think I'm in a good place. I started going to a new church. I started, yeah, I think in a good place. Started trying to give back more. Like, guys, I don't make an insane amount of money. I don't you know yeah, but I'm starting to give back more. Yeah, starting to give back more. I think one of the days my pastor was telling us about how, like, I think just there are so many people, right, that struggle to even get schooling and water and stuff, and like even if you grew up with less than your friends, and even if you were under the perception that your family was poor, you're actually doing a lot better than the rest of the world if you got internet access, even, or if you have your phone, if you're watching on your phone, or if you're watching on your laptop. So I think I've been more inclined to give. I've been trying to put a lot of emphasis on giving this year. So I've been donating to charities a lot. I've been tithing, stuff like that, giving more to my parents, giving more to my friends, and not just financial, guys. Sometimes even our time. If you don't have the money, give the time, right? Give someone the time of day. Maybe ask someone how they're doing. Maybe someone needed that. You could save someone's life, even just doing that. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you, Merit Reads. How long have... Oh, I already answered that question. Let's see. Any other questions? Any other questions? You're a humble father and you're... Thank you, thank you, thank you. I tried to be, guys. I tried to be. You know what's crazy? All the times that I've lost a professional fight, I think, is when my ego ran too crazy. Like all the times in training camp when like the whole 8 weeks where I was training and I thought that I would beat them, those are the times that I lost. It was only when the times that I was like nervous, guys, like not even wanting to get out of bed because I was so nervous. Like, this guy's gonna kill me. This guy's gonna kill me. That's the times that I've won. The times that I've lost are the times that I've been sure that I'm gonna win. How crazy is that? I don't know if it's the same as any other fighters in the chat. How crazy is that, though? Let me see if there's any other questions. If not, we'll probably wrap up soon. Are you Chinese? Yes, I am. My parents are from Hong Kong and Macau, but I was born here in Australia. So I'm Catholic. Prayers from India. Yes, shout out CJ George. I've actually been to Kerala. I am not sure if you're from there, but I've been to Kerala. I did a project on sustainable water when I was 17, and I got funded by the church and by the school to go there as like kind of doing community work. We built like proper plumbing systems, like toilets and stuff, and yeah, stuff like that. I was there for 2 months when I was 17 in Kerala. Let's see, any other questions? When's your next fight? Oh, good question. So I just healed. My wrist was messed up. I think I tore something. So who knows, guys? I was supposed to take a boxing fight in October, right? I feel bad for even debating this in my head. I was debating this in my head. Okay, guys, I don't know if you guys know much about the fight world or the fight game, right? To get this gonna sound real dodgy, but like to get good matchups, you really need to be in with the promoter. And I'm only really in with one boxing promoter. I'm in with a lot of like kickboxing and Muay Thai promoters, but I'm only really in with one boxing promoter. And he was gonna have his next show in October, and I was debating in my head whether I should take it or go see my grandma for her birthday. Because I've gone back so many times in the past like 5 years, guys. And like, okay, I'm not complaining. Yeah, I love my family, I love my grandma, I love everything. Yeah, but it's so expensive, guys. It's so expensive. Like, think about this. Like, if I go back twice this year, I'm spending 20 bands. I'm spending 20, maybe not 20, but yeah. Anyway, it's so expensive, guys. Not a cheap place. How do you break out of a destructive season full of destructive habits? I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you. I think I am very bad at that. Like, for example, when I start, if I drink one night, I might end up drinking 3 or 4. Guys, I'm very not good at this stuff. But I think, how do you break? For me personally, I've noticed like a lot of patterns in how I work and how I operate. And it's almost always I need people around me. Like, this might sound bad, but I'm not the type of person who can really keep myself in check. So that's why social media is good for me, right? Like, for example, I'll put out a long video for you guys every week because I know you guys are there. I know you guys exist. Because you guys exist, I push myself because of that, right? Or for example, when I was in fight camp and when I'm in fight camps and I'm training, if I go by myself and run for 30 minutes, it might not be the best run of my life, right? But if I called my coach before I went for the run and said, "Hey, can you stand there and watch me? I'm Usain Bolt." Yeah, guys, I turn into a beast because someone's there keeping me accountable, and I realize that's how I operate. So to answer your question is, I would say this is just from the best of my ability, right? You might be older than me, and you might actually have more experience than me. And you might just be asking this because you're curious at what I would say. But I would say that if you understand the root cause of the way you think, you will be able to fight your temptations better. And then the other answer would be the Christian answer would be that you should pray to God, because I think that I don't know if you guys know this guy called Johnny Chang. I think he really changed a lot of the way I think about the Christian faith. So, for example, right, it might just be because he's the right messenger for me. Like, I don't know, but if we ever get a chance to meet, I would love to meet him. No glaze, but no glaze. But anyway, so he was saying how all of our thoughts, right, are evil. All of our thoughts are evil, not because we are evil. Oh no, because we are evil because of sin, right? Because of sin. Since sin was introduced into the world, Satan has been able to control us. And he put it like that. So I think every time, for example, right, there's a perspective change. So let's say, oh, I want to go, what's something about? Oh, I want to drink tonight. I feel like having whiskey and wine because, my workday didn't go smoothly and go to plan. Okay. Our perspective is that's me. I want to do that. I want to do that. Right. But he's saying if we change our perspective to Satan or sin wants me to do that, then it's different, right? You're able to treat it as something not of you, right? Not of you. It's something that's trying to steer you away. And I think that perspective shift has really helped me. Yeah. So I think the main thing for me is always having people around, which sounds counterintuitive, but if it's how you work, it's how you work, right? It took me a lot of learning to get to that point of understanding, of realizing that I need to put people around me. Okay. That's why I have different groups come to my place to work like a different day of the week. Like it's just how I operate. And I think that's why social media is good for me too, because obviously I have you guys that obviously I don't want to let down. And then the other thing is the perspective shift. The perspective shift. I realize that a lot of our temptations are natural because they come from sin. It's not us, right? We live in Satan's world, guys. Look around us. Look at pop culture. Look at social media, right? I'm not innocent of it either, guys. Some of the stuff I've posted before on Instagram, some of the stuff I still post is not all the way okay. I'll admit it. I'll be the first to admit it. It's just the world we live in, guys. It's just the world we live in. Johnny Chang is okay, but he can go too much far on his interpretations, at times distorting truth of scripture. And yes, I would tend to agree. I'm not at that level of like theological understanding that maybe you are. Yeah, I'm not an apologetic. I'm not qualified enough to be an apologetic. I'm just someone trying to figure out my path, and yeah, I do think that once you get a lot of the, I think as someone who's been on social media for a little bit of time now, there's a different phase for everything, right? That first phase is when you come up and everything is positive. Everything is positive, right? And then you reach a peak, everything's good, and eventually you fall, right? I think right now a lot of people do attack maybe some of the things he said. I don't know if he meant to say them. I don't know if they were misinterpreted, but I do think that people are seeing past the initial kind of marketing, Agreed on the current state of the world, hopefully for not too long, because it can get tiring. For sure. For sure. The world is definitely not an easy place, and it is full of, very negative things. Guys, actually, have you guys ever read this book? I'll show you guys. It's not a Christian book, but talks a lot about how the outside world can kind of affect our decisions and the things we do. It's a good book. I think I read it like 3 or 4 times now. Let's see what other questions I've got. Happy birthday, bro. Tuning in from Malaysia. Yes. CG. Thank you, thank you. Where in Malaysia are you from? I'm planning to move there. Planning to move there. I think I want to do a little bit of arbitrage, right? If I got an Australian income, go to Malaysia, cheaper rent, cheaper groceries, cheaper food, save up for a few years, come back to Australia, buy a house, get married, the whole shebang. I think that's what we would call arbitrage, right? I think that's what I'm trying to do next year. Definitely, honestly, guys, if money was not an object, and I hate to keep talking about money, but like, we live in this world. Hong Kong, man, Hong Kong, but it's just too expensive. It's too expensive. It's not something that I could get used to, right? Um, if the expensiveness was similar to Australia, then yes, be easy to get used to. But I think Hong Kong is more expensive than Australia, man. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know how some of you guys do it. I don't know how some of you guys survive. I don't know how some of you guys do it, man. Maybe it's the low tax. The low tax probably helps you guys, eh? Because here in Australia, they tax maybe half your earnings. Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. I quite like YouTube Live. I've never gone live before, so I don't know how the other ones are like. But so far, pretty good experience. I'm just on my MacBook camera right now, guys. I don't have like a live streaming setup. But obviously, if we were to do this more, I'd get like a soundboard, get the little Vine booms going, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, hopefully, man. Let's try. Let's get more videos going. So my next one is going to be a 3-part series. Because I found a lot of people weren't enjoying the longer videos, so I kind of broke one 15-minute video into like 3 6-minute ones instead, because I realized like you guys liked my first video so much because it was just straight to the point and there was no like fluff. And I think I took it too far in the other videos. So I'm trying to just make it more direct for you guys, make it more punchy. So I split this one long Vietnam video into 3 little videos. So the first one should be out in 2 days. And it's about how the Vietnamese government has... This video might genuinely get me into trouble because I tell you, when it comes to researching, it's normally pretty easy. We have AI nowadays. I'm not saying AI writes the videos and does the videos, but I'm saying like AI helps with research sometimes. And every piece of information is so available on all topics, right? But for some reason, with this Vietnamese video, it was nothing. Guys, there was nothing. I literally had to like search the ends of the earth to find things on this. And the only reason why I know this happened is because there are certain like blog posts or like I guess Vietnamese like old heads that know that this kind of stuff happened, right? But basically in the 1600s, there was a massive persecution of Christians in Vietnam, right? To the point where they were branding Christians on the face, right? Like a face tattoo. And nobody talks about this stuff because in Vietnam, right, it's very hush hush. I don't know if you guys know this. China gets a bad rap for it, but Vietnam is actually under like a similar kind of political system. They do repress certain kind of, I think I'm saying too much right now, even saying this. They do certain things, right, to keep things out of news topics and whatever, and YouTube videos, obviously. So like if you were to search Vietnam Christians in Vietnam on YouTube right now, you'll see that there's no other videos. Like there's maybe like 1 or 2, right? There's maybe like 1 or 2. There's no one really talking about what happened. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, guys. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know what the reception will be like, and I don't know, but I think it is something that should be communicated, because I have a lot of kind of like ties and relationships with the Vietnamese community, and it always interested me why a previously French nation has such little Christians, right? And don't get me wrong, like the French are far from Christian today, but I'm talking about back then, right? So that always interested me, and yeah. So I learned a lot making these next batch of videos. Hope you guys will like it and enjoy it, and yeah. I'm gonna ask myself a question now because I kind of wanted to talk about this future plans. Future plans, guys. See, this is where the problem with having like I think the problem with having like pretty like not bad, not I don't have like severe like ADHD, but I know that like it's do is I always start and stop and start and stop, and it leads me into like different roads. Like for example, right now on Facebook, right, a lot of you guys that are tuning in from Facebook, you guys know that how we've been uncovering a lot of history that links Asia and Africa, right? And then a lot of you guys who are tuning in right now from YouTube uh, know that we've been uncovering links between Christianity and Asia, right? And then a lot of you guys, maybe some of you guys, a few of you guys, because like honestly, Instagram I haven't posted in a while, but with Instagram, you guys know me for Cantonese videos. So it's kind of all over the place at the moment. I think my plan for the future is trying to find a way where we can link all of these platforms because at the moment we're serving different kind of crowds. Obviously, I want to tie everything back to faith and religion, but I want to figure out a way where we can link everything up. That's my plan for the future. That's the big operation behind the operations. That's what we're trying to do. But I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful that you guys have given me the support that I have. Never in my life would I have ever thought any chance I had any chance that some 5 foot something Australian Asian dude with horrible tattoos that I got at a very young age, not that funny, not that good at Chinese, not that smart, could ever make a full time or have the potential opportunity to make a full time income off of social media and spread, you know, Asian culture, spread, the word of God, spread positivity across, multiple platforms, try to inspire the youth. Never would have thought that I have the chance to do that. And it all happened in the span of a few months. So very thankful for you guys. You guys, honestly, I didn't even ask for anything for my birthday this year because you guys have given me everything I want and needed. There's a hole in every man's heart, all right? And it's looking for what they really desire, guys. There's a hole in every man's heart. And I'm thankful that today I am 27 and the hole has been filled. Pause. No more. But I truly, truly do not desire anything because I very thankful that I'm able to reach, the world with content that means a lot to me and that I enjoy making. So that's why this is the best birthday ever, guys. Thank you guys for all the support. I think we're gonna wrap up there. It's been an hour. I'd love to stay and chat longer, but I think we gotta go. Let me look at let me read some of the final comments first. Okay. One time he said, "Don't pray our Father prayer." I'm actually, you know what? If there's a way you can message me on YouTube, I'm not sure if that's open, but if you got me on Instagram or Facebook, try and message me there with the exact video that you're talking about, so that I can see what you're referring to. Happy birthday from Tucson. Thank you, Try 21. I love your videos. Keep doing what you're doing. Sending love from California. Sending love to you. God bless California. One can only serve Mammon or God, as Bible says. Yes. Amen. Amen to that, brother. Looking forward to the next video. Thank you. Thank you for the support. We can hear you, California. Malaysia's a real melting pot. I'm in the state of Selangor, very near the capital KL. Okay, okay, interesting. I'm very intrigued by a place called Bangsa. I'm not sure if you think that's a good area or not, but I'm very intrigued. Seems very hip, seems very young, seems very vibrant. Have you come across a channel named Evan Rogas? No, I have not. Guys, I gotta be truthful. I don't really watch that many videos on YouTube, especially Christian ones. So if you guys got any suggestions on channels that make Christian content, I'd love to check it out. I enjoyed some of your Tibetan monk videos regarding how Christ was founded. Yes, it is crazy, right? It is crazy. Actually, I do want to say something slightly controversial, but as a Chinese person, right? Well, my parents wouldn't say they're Chinese, but I'll say I'm Chinese. Okay, guys. As a Chinese person, it's so interesting to see like how many actual Chinese people will disagree with historical evidence of things happening in their own country because of things like cultural revolution, because things of like government suppression, and essentially, right, these guys, we like to say that in the West we live in the matrix all the time, but really we are not. We are in the free world, because if you go to Asia, that is truly matrix. That is truly like, there are real NPCs, guys. There are real NPCs, and they don't know it, right? And they don't need to know it. But it's interesting how they would disagree with the things we present, even though they actually happen. Technical side of YouTube. Oh, I get what you mean. Like, you modify like hooks and different structures, right? Yeah, I get what you're saying. I do need to get on my P's and Q's about that. Sometimes I'm not the best with that. I find I'm more creative, so that like when it comes to technical stuff or like studying things, I'm just not very good. Not very good at that. I don't know. All right, guys. Like I said before, you guys have given me everything that I ever wanted. I'm going to try make the most of these opportunities that we have at hand, and I really thank you for your support. Hope I can continue to have your support in the upcoming year. Through everything that we do. And really thank you for tuning in today and for coming to chat and asking questions and giving me your feedback. And as always, guys, if you got any feedback, if you got any channel suggestions, or if you got any topic suggestions or anything at all, come say hi to me. My DMs are open on Instagram. It's Japheth's Life, or on Facebook as well. It's the same username on Facebook as YouTube, Japheth's World. Have a blessed birthday. Thank you, George. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Celia. Thank you, Cash. And thank you, CG. Thank you, everyone else who's watching that I forgot to name, because I'm just reading the last few comments. Thank you, guys, everyone. Best birthday ever. I will drop something soon about the testimonies. Thank you. I'll see you guys in 48 hours. I'll have that first Vietnamese video dropped. Turn the notifications on. Love to chat to you guys more. Message me on Instagram or Facebook. Message me there. My DM's always open. I reply to everyone. I spend an hour a day replying to everyone. Always on all platforms, guys. Okay? Thank you. God bless.